What's up, everyone, wherever you are on this illustrious planet called Earth? I wish you and yours a noble, inspiring day. My topic for today is I want to congratulate the Toronto Raptors for winning their first ever NBA championship. I also would like to tip my hat off to the Golden State Warriors for being such fighters. As you all are probably aware, if you are basketball fans, like I am, the Golden State Warriors have been in the finals, I believe, 5 consecutive years in a row. And because of those 5 consecutive years of going through the grind of the playoff, of going through the grind of a finals, their team was hit by the injury bug, primarily with Kevin Garnett, who this is his third time going to the NBA Finals, so he hasn't been there for the other team. Klay Thompson, when I believe he suffered an injury again in Game 6. Now, I didn't watch the whole game because I didn't want to, quote, jinx my team. When I saw the game was so close, I said, oh, God, let me turn the TV off. I don't want to jinx them. I'll watch the replay on NBA TV. So I didn't watch the whole game. I wasn't strong enough. I admit I was weak. I was weak. But again, the Toronto, I'm at Golden State Warriors. They've been there 5 years in a row. So some of their players' bodies began to succumb to injury. Now, the nation as a whole make a big deal about Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls winning 6 championships. But for Jordan, he basically went to the championship 3 seasons in a row. Then he took a little break. Then he came back and won another 3 seasons in a row. We do not know what would have happened to his team if they had been in the finals for 5 consecutive years. Would Jordan have succumbed to injury? Would Pippen have succumbed to injury? Because I've heard this before, going to the finals repeatedly, it does take a toll on your body. And even in some of those old documentaries I've watched on the Chicago's Bulls, they say it is a grind, it is a struggle to just keep going back to the finals over and over. You want to be there, you up for it, but your body does succumb to the fatigue of going through that 82 game season, then going to another 16 grueling games where you have to face the same team over and over. The other team get to know your moves, you get to know their move. You look in the same face for several weeks. That's tiresome, looking in the same face over and over. But anyway, Kawhi Leonard, I hope I said his name right. He has entered an elite status now. He is different from Michael Jordan. He's different from Larry Bird. He's different from, I think I said Magic, Larry, and Jordan. He's different from all the other NBA winners who was an elite player. He is an elite player who left one established team and took another playoff bound team. Yes, the Toronto Raptors, they was a playoff team almost yearly. They just couldn't get over the Cleveland hump. Leonard took them over the hump and inspired in Toronto a championship pedigree. Because remember, he already had deep playoff experience with the San Antonio Spurs. He'd been to the finals several years in a row. He lost the finals and he won the finals. And he became an MVP. So he inspired his teammates with his calm demeanor and his championship pedigree. In years past, Toronto would have caved in under pressure. They became weak in the knees. They didn't have that pedigree. When Leonard got there, they had that championship pedigree through him. As you all saw in this NBA Final Series, they was never unnerved. They never became fearful and frightened because they fed off the energy of Mr. Kawhi Leonard. And like I said, he's entered legendary status that many other superstars have never accomplished. Charles Barkley, he tried to accomplish it in the 1990s, but he met that Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan would not push him to that elite level, that Charles Barkley to that elite level. Now, I believe Moses Malone is another player who's similar to Kawhi Leonard, but I didn't watch the NBA in the early 80s and the 70s. Back when I was a child in the 70s and 80s, the NBA was not the top 3 sport. It was like a side sport. It would come on late at night time. It was not live. And you know the television sets back then was grainy and fuzzy. So NBA games was not given a polished treatment back then. It was like a side sport. It was like America's 5th #1 sport. But anyway, I think Moses Malone did it. But he had other superstars on that team, such as Dr. J and a few others I don't know, who did go to the finals. Now, before Moses Malone became there, Dr. J, Philadelphia 76ers, they had been to the finals several years in a row. They just didn't get over the hump. They got over the hump when Moses Malone got there. I think he coined that phrase, fold, 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 or something like that. So even though Moses got them over the hump, he just gave them a little push because the 76ers, they were finals pedigree players. But Kawhi Leonard, he took Toronto to places that they had never gone to before. I think they made the conference finals last year. They just lost to Cleveland. Leonard took them to a whole new level when he took them to the NBA Finals. That's how he now stands above Michael Jordan. Not in play, not in accomplishments, not in championships, but he is higher than Jordan and Bird and Magic and all the others in that, A, he was a superstar on his previous team, and he won a championship, and he was still a superstar on his new team, and he took them to a championship. Magic only took the Lakers to a championship. No other team. Bird only took Boston to a championship. He did it for no other team. But he never was a member of any other team, so we don't know. Jordan only won championships like Magic and Bird with the Chicago Bulls. He did come back to play with the Wizards well past his prime. When he came back to play with the Wizards in the early 2000s, he was not thinking about no championship. He was thinking about, hey, let's just have a winning season and maybe get to the playoff. So when Jordan played for Washington in the early 90s, he was never thinking no championship. He was thinking about, okay, can we at least get to the first round? But Kawhi Leonard, he surpassed them in all areas. He's definitely will enter legendary status because of what he did. And now, the president, the CEO, or the chief executive officer in Toronto, he looks good now for what he did. Before I heard it was a slight uproar, not major, a slight uproar when they traded many other notable players and acquired Leonard. It was a slight uproar, but they welcomed him with open arms. And you all probably know, if you're a basketball fan, I think Leonard agreed to a 1-year deal, and he is open to go to any other teams this year. But regardless now, pertaining to basketball, he will always be a beloved figure in Toronto. Whether he stay in Toronto, he will be loved. If he decide to pack his bags and say I'm going somewhere else, he still will be a loved figure in Toronto forever. For all I know, they may retire his jersey there one day because he put in a championship and he only played 1 year. Toronto may actually retire Kawhi Leonard's jersey because of what he did. If he decides to go to another team in Toronto, they're not going to be mad with him because all the team won in the NBA is a championship. In 24 years, they never got a championship. They never made it for the finals. Their first years to the finals, they won. Like with Jordan. He took the Chicago Bulls to the finals one time and he won. Kawhi, I say he's in that elite area. He's in that elite arena. He took Toronto to the championship one time and they won. They won. So Toronto fans, the organization, they will be smiling no matter what occurs. They want him to stay, but if he leaves and say, I'm going elsewhere, no one will condemn him. No one will slur him in the media. He will be a basketball hero there for all eternity. So that's it for my little insights. And congratulations to the Toronto Raptors for winning their first NBA championship. If you all like my discussion, please give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, to listen to anything I talk about on this channel, I just don't talk about basketball. I talk about other stuff too. Please subscribe. If you're already a subscriber and would be like to notify about new additional content, click on the bell button. If you found my comments entertaining, enlightening, and thought-provoking, please share them on any social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, Vimeo, G+, and a list that goes on and on. So thank you for stopping by. You all have a wonderful day and keep being an NBA fan.